Hey everybody, welcome back to What's Your Deal with Doug Gleason. I have my 21st guest on today, and I met him about episode number 17. And he was very adamant that he wanted to be number 21 because it's his lucky number. So, poor son of a bitch is out here now, and let's see how lucky it is. Number 21, Amir.
Hello, hello. What up, Dougie?
Hey, I got you here, and oh wait, hold on. We're having problems with our cameras, but I got to go to my producer / I don't know what the fuck he is, but
they know our cameras have sucked for quite a while here. You know, it's all right.
I got to go to Chris and say thank you so much for everything, Chris. This couldn't have been done without you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So thank you for being here, and now we're going to move on. Amir, what's your deal?
Fucking everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Seems like you got a lot of fucking shit going on, man.
Too much. The world's all shit. Batshit crazy. There's all these other things that are underlining problems. Work, stress.
Well, we're not here for problems.
No, I know.
We want to hear the happy parts of life.
Exactly.
Do you ever get anything good for Christmas?
One time, I did get a tank.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I'm a Jew.
I got a tank. It was the funniest shit ever. So, you know, little Christmas presents here and there. You grow up and you start getting socks and underwear and shit like that. One time, my uncle decided to surprise me and my brother and, you know, cousins and everybody with pretty decent gifts. He ended up, there was a big old box, my name on it. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I loved this shit. And I was like, okay, I'm probably around eight at the time, but small dude. So got to probably weigh about like 60 pounds, maybe. I'm fucking tiny. And we start unwrapping the presents, and my brother gets this, and my cousins get that. And it's like, all right, cool. Now it's my turn. I start unboxing this thing, and son of a bitch, it was a fucking tank. And it was probably maybe like half the size of this table. Don't ask me where he got it from. Couldn't tell you, but toys back then used to be the shit compared to toys now.
What?
We rode this shit. We could ride it like a fucking little horse. It was the shit. So we're riding around, and I remember it used to shoot. Either it was a dart or it was like a little piece of plastic or something like that. And I pointed it at my dad. And now he's like, don't fucking do it.
You did it.
Oh, yeah. No, I fucking shot that shit right at him. And it was just one of the coolest presents I ever got. Other than that, it's always been like, you know, little things. We got a bike one time and never got any pets. never opened it, found a puppy. You ever get any presents?
Yeah, I got a couple presents. I remember, you know, I'm much older than you. So there was this television show called Lost in Space. And they had a robot that was on there. And for the life of me, I can't think of the name of what that thing was. But it was the hottest television show on earth, you know. And they had these toys, and so somehow, like me and like 9 of my friends all got that same robot for Christmas, you know. And we ended up over at my buddy Julius's house, and Julius, 9 of us are, you know, I don't know, anything's a fucking lie at this point. We were little kids, you know. But we decided we were going to have a race. And whoever won got all the robots. Yeah. Yeah, this is me. And I don't know, let's put me at 9.
God damn.
You know, Christmas Day, and us out on a curb having a race, you know, from this line to that line. And Julius, the guy whose house we were at, he won all the robots. So now you have to imagine going back home. And they're like, your parents are like, where's your robot? I gambled it away, you know? And you're like a little fucking kid, you know?
Didn't know better.
No,
I
think I always knew. I love fucking gambling. I don't even mind losing. And sometimes losing's a kick too, you know? I don't know. That's why I like when everything falls apart in my life.
Jeez.
But this isn't about me. It's about you, Amir. What's your deal?
Well, I'm 24 years of age now. It's been an interesting ride. Seen a lot of, things grow, change. Highland itself changed a lot.
You been in jail?
Never jail, got to go to juvie.
Oh, nice.
That was
How long were you there?
3 weeks, and then they gave me, it was 780 hours of community service, and then I was suspended for like 30 days from school, and it was some shit back then. I got into a fight with this kid, and I still remember it like yesterday. I got an assault charge because of this shit.
Nice.
This kid was racist. He was always talking about something. He's this white kid, and he always.
Well, are you not a white kid?
I'm Lebanese. He loved picking on it.
Jesus Christ! I'm sorry. We're gonna have to stop this podcast. I did not realize this guy was Lebanese.
So
that was racist. Damn it, Doug. Racist.
I know. Born and raised in California, and all my life. Yeah, couldn't tell. So
Lebanese-Afornian.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a fucking good one. That's what I should go by. So
hey, look at that Chris coming in.
Every once in a while, my brain works.
So I'm first generation Lebanese American, and I remember it like it was yesterday. We were playing basketball early in the morning. My mom had taken me to school, dropped off my brother, and we're playing basketball. All the kids would always play. This kid, he I don't know what it was with his problem, but he was racist to everybody, his own kind, anybody that was anybody. He just talked shit. So one day we're playing basketball, and he starts talking shit about my brother. Said, if you can go tell my brother that, I'll give you $100 fucking dollars. He goes, I'll do it. Fucking runs back, starts cussing about my dad. Said, if you could say that to my dad and walk away, I'd be impressed. Couldn't say shit. He turns around, and it's probably been like 15 minutes. We're still playing. And he starts talking about my mom. Now, that's one thing I won't fucking stand for. He said something real fucked up, and I turned around, and right as I did.
And how old are you at this point?
12 or 13.
All right. Well, I mean, I see you getting emotional. So I want to just cut you. I don't know. I never understood racism with anything.
Oh, it was just, he's a kid. He didn't know better. The shit he's saying, he doesn't understand.
I had an old Mexican man at a barbecue I had once, who I love with all my heart. And
I have one of those too.
He made me honorary Mexican. And
I got that too.
And he gave me my Mexican name, Kiko. And then everybody laughed. I was like, but I swear, I was so honored by that,
I didn't get Kiko, I got Mijo.
Well, no, that just means like son or child.
Oh, I don't know what Kiko means. Is that some shit?
I think it was to be honest with you, since that happened, there was like a TV show where a guy lived in a trash can.
Shit, I know.
And
you got me lost.
And his name was Kiko. So I think but I still felt honorary, So I have like so zero thing for racism or anything, but I'm still not afraid to make fun of you.
I mean, shit. Jokes are jokes.
Yeah, I mean,
this kid was something else though. But when he started talking, family shit and this and that, it's like that's a whole nother story. But when he said something about my mom, I got pissed. So I turned around. He squares me in the face with the basketball. So doing what any kid would do, I ran up and I fucking socked him one right to the fucking face. He hit the ground, and I looked at him. And in Arabic, we have a saying, "Akal khara wal abad," saying, "Did you eat shit or you want more?" And so I walked away. We're playing basketball. About maybe two hours later, classes started. We had this. I don't know if she was just short like that or if she was actually a dwarf, but her name was Shelby. Greatest school security person you could ever have. She comes dragging me out of class. Fuck, what happened? At this point, all fights that happened never got talked about. You handled it.
You're just assault.
That's what he got me for. He pulled us into the office.
What a pussy.
He said I kicked him while he was on the fucking ground. So because of that, I got an assault charge. So I ended up having to go to fucking court, dealing with the judge, all kinds.
And you lost.
Well, yeah, of course I lost. There was no cameras, no witnesses, anything. They literally went off of what he said. That was it. The rest of it fucking disappeared in history, and then they wiped it off of me when I was 18.
So, but you got to spend a little bit of time in juvenile hall.
I don't even fucking remember where it was. That's the fucked up part. It was so fast. It went by quick.
Hey, what's that?
Oh
what was that?
Oh my God. I don't know. Shit, I've never heard that.
That's from a movie called White Chicks, which is also pretty racist. But he comes in, and I knew you were talking about, he talked about your mom. So I was like, figured I'd throw it out there for us. So you want to talk about mothers. That's a good reason to smother somebody's face into a rock.
That was some shit, dude.
See, I don't know. I kind of judged my body at a very young age. It's like, I'm kind of a skinny guy. And no, don't get me wrong. I grew up in El Monte. I'd get my ass beat all the fucking time. But
where was that at?
El Monte? It's in the San Gabriel Valley.
Real bad place?
No. Just a place where, everybody, when you're growing up as a child, you're going to meet bullies.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to meet the cheerleaders. You're going to meet the jocks. You're going to meet the drug addicts. Hi, I'm Doug. You're going to meet everybody, and that's just life, no matter. And I'll go with any city, USA,
Have you ever been outside the country?
Mexico. That's about me, Nice whores out there in Mexico. Cheap.
$5 with a tip.
$5 make you holler. How about you? You been outside the country?
Been to Lebanon a few times. Got to visit my family.
Well, that's your homeland.
Yeah, I mean.
So you got to meet. I just unplugged my headphones.
Let's wait for Dougie.
No, we're good.
Those back.
I can still hear me. I talk loud enough to fucking break the sound barrier.
See, there are places I want to go, but I never could. It was always something, stuck at the shop working, doing something for fucking this, doing that, and always just got busy and never had the time to actually do it.
Lebanon sounds like a fucked off place to be. Is that my racism? Or?
No, right now it's pretty bad, but before it's gorgeous. I mean, they call it the jewel of the Middle East. You have all kinds of walks of life. Everybody there is so generous, so nice, so humble. But it's like there's nothing really to compare it here, but there's like no fucking rules. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want. We're 14, 15 years old, and you can walk down the street with the fucking AK-47, and no one cares. It's completely different. But back then, that was during wartime.
Did you shoot people?
No.
When you were there?
No, I never.
I woulda.
There's no reason.
Good thing we ain't got them rules here.
We got into fights out there. That's for sure. We had what was it? They call them Kwaitigi. They have, Syrian kids that we got into fights with. I got into one fight.
And is that because they're from Syria?
There's weird reasons to all of them.
Yeah.
So
because I noticed that a lot with Mexicans. And again, not being racist, but I work with a lot of Mexicans. And I'll have one say, like, I'll get a new guy, like a new hire, and they say, that guy lived 13 blocks down the street. We don't get along with them guys.
Was that because of the times, or was that just something?
No, because they're like a different. And I'll be like, well, how do you know that? Oh, the way they speak Spanish.
No shit.
They're slang.
And they hold
Fucking
true
grudges.
to that shit, man. So,
well, just like the Middle East, they have all kinds of different slang too. In
a way,
yeah.
I mean, even in my country alone, just from one village to another, you have different ways of speaking. Like there's different words. There's words that I say that.
Okay, but what will happen, like on job sites with me, Amir, is I'll be like, okay, you go work with them. And then it will be lunchtime and they'll be like, we can't work with this guy,
No shit.
He was born 13 miles away from us, and and that's where the racism is. So then, but I'm like, well, hey, the guy's doing a pretty decent job. Okay, come and work with me. And then I teach them, and
Do you ever feel like, nope, fuck off, go away?
Well, no, now that years have gone by, everybody's got bygones be bygones. But I can't sleep in the heads of the men that work for me. I don't know if they still don't necessarily like that guy or anything like that,
See, for us, it wasn't necessarily because of shit like that. It could have been, but like with the Kwaitigi, the rule was like they destroy the country type of shit. We're from America, me and my brother at the time, but we have cousins and family and all this other stuff.
So you were born in America?
Yeah, I was born right here in Loma Linda.
They let you do that?
I know, right? Got to talk to my parents about that. So
well, let's talk a little bit about that.
My parents or being born here?
Yeah, being born here. Well, fuck that. We're already past that.
I was going to say it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
A lot of people take it for granted.
So, but you're an American citizen?
Yes, sir.
You have a beautiful girlfriend?
Soon to be wife.
She's been on the podcast. Her name was...
number 18.
Michaela. Yeah, her lucky number was 18. And then my producer passed away, and it's taken us a minute or two. And my new producer, who hasn't put me out.
I haven't booted him yet.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
We're still not liking fucking new producer. I'm kind of glad he doesn't even have a camera.
Doesn't like me. He just has to put up with me, for now.
Yeah. As long as we just need content, bro. Otherwise, we're dead in the water. So anyhow, I think you said you were 24.
24 now.
And you got yourself a girlfriend.
How long have you guys been together now?
We've been together now 4 years. 4 years.
Respectively.
Thank you.
Yeah. You haven't killed each other yet.
We've gotten close.
Yeah.
Taught her how to shoot. Turns out she's a better shot than me.
Yeah, it makes you jealous.
Tiny bit. Makes me worried. It makes me fucking worried.
I would be worried too. Shit.
I wouldn't. It's like, fuck it. It just takes one bullet. Hey, we got Big John here. Here, John, come and sit back here. There's a beer in the fridge if you want one, buddy. He's like, I thought he was going to already have one. All right, we got John, our co-host producer.
Oh, nice.
How come you didn't introduce me, asshole?
He just walked in.
I said, how come you didn't introduce me?
Oh, hey, come here. Here, get in the camera.
Gotta get into the shot.
There's this ass. Look at this bitch.
Big bitch.
You have to. It's got to be your deal, and
Why
then
do
we'll.
I gotta be a bitch though?
Everybody's all mad about that word.
It's gonna be the next big.
I had a choice of 2 words, and I have a feeling you wouldn't have liked the other one.
Oh no, the C word
Yep,
would
I was
equal
gonna
death.
say,
You better
That's-
not tell me I
That
said
is
word.
death.
Hey,
B comes
move the
before
fuck.
C.
Hold on.
B comes before C real fast.
Indeed.
Just move along. Hell,
B comes before C.
you know,
You better not be a
hell, I
bitch.
was with Eddie at the bar tonight, and he was like, "Quit your bitching, Doug." You know, I didn't get mad.
That's
You
good.
know?
That's because you got a schlong between your legs. You can't get mad
Well.
over everything.
And I knew I had an 18-pack at home.
There you go.
Somewhat
too.
of an adult. Somewhat of
Thank you.
All right, we got a bunch of people breaking in on us, Amir.
That's okay.
Uh,
The more the merrier.
So I do believe before the tangent of the madness, he was asking, what's the deal with your parents? Like, when did they come into the States? And I know you were born here, but when did they come out here?
So, long story short, my parents are now divorced, which growing up wasn't really a thing. Saw it in other families, didn't really know, understand exactly what divorce truly was, because I guess it's not something that happens in our culture. Like it's not that it can't happen, it's just not something that's familiarized. So, growing up, I had friends, hey, my mom, my stepdad, and my dad and my stepmom, it's like, all right, cool, just kind of shrug it off and go on, because I guess it was one of those things that you don't expect. But my mom actually, she loves us, so she was like, I'm gonna stay for the kids and all this stuff. But when I was 18 years old, my parents got divorced, and so it's been about 6 years now. She lives back there. My dad's still here.
she lives in Lebanon.
Yep, remarried. She's doing well. She's happy. Everything about that's been good. He's an awesome dude. I mean, I couldn't have asked.
And
for
where's your
fucking more.
dad live?
My dad's over here by the casino, still living. Doing his thing. He's getting older.
Well, you're 20. What do you mean old?
Dad
He
is.
can't be past 55.
No, he's 56. I'm pretty sure.
Getting old.
He's getting.
Fuck you,
He's getting
Amir.
old.
Nobody likes. Nobody likes you.
All this means
I'm
is that
older
Doug
than
is
your
older than
dad.
56.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm older than your dad, you piece of shit. That's why I hate this fucking concept of this show. Fucking young kids, 56.
There's a
When
difference.
do you think you're gonna die, Amir?
Shit, I've thought about this for a long time. Cause
Yeah,
I've had.
because you're 24.
Well, no, not just that. I've had some fucking close encounters already. So it's
So have
I
I.
was just say it's
Look at me. I've had fucking. Jesus, I'm close encounters of the third kind,
How old are you now, Dougie?
58.
58.
And
Like he's fucking 30 years older than my dad. He's only 2 years older.
Right. And his whole reaction was like, I'm a 90-year-old man on
Exactly.
oxygen, smoking cigarettes, hoping not to blow up in my
Smoking.
wheelchair. Like,
Hey, Amir, I used to be really good at 5 things growing up. When I was about your age, smoking, drinking, cussing, fucking, and fighting.
I got
And
you on
now
4 of them.
I'm 58 and I'm only good at 3.
I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
So I'm pretty good at smoking, drinking, and cussing now. But if any ladies want to hook up with me,
All you have to do is send your inquiries to what's your deal with Doug Gleason at gmail.com.
Just
It hasn't worked yet.
Just give him your
but,
number. Just give him your number.
One day we can keep imagining, right, Chris?
Have your application ready.
It's like,
ladies.
hey, look at that, Dougie got a piece of ass last night.
Dougie, you gotta go to Mexico, remember? You gotta go to
I'm
Mexico
not
again.
going back to Mexico no more.
He's like, no.
Nah.
Well, if you pay for it or drug them, it doesn't count.
And I'm pretty certain I'm not going to Lebanon either. Yeah, I don't think I got a whole lot of Lebanon in me.
They'd love you.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I always had a dream when I was a younger man that I would go to Ireland and never come back.
Well, that's only after you commit the murder, because that country is non-extraditable.
Okay, good to know. Good to fucking know.
Hey, pleasure to meet you, John. On my killing spree. I don't know. I'm a little bit afraid to fly. I'm not a very good flyer.
Yeah, you don't like going on flights?
When I was a young man, I eloped to Lake Tahoe.
You took a plane or you drove?
Took a plane.
So nowadays,
hold on, it was my first flight.
Now I was gonna say nowadays planes are more comfortable. How can you gotta enjoy flights now?
I know I'm a piece of shit. But the plane lost.
They bring you bottles back then.
Oh yeah, man, it used to be fucking way better.
The plane lost cabin pressure, and I started to grow ice on me, and I wasn't a big fan of that shit.
Shit, that's some sketchy stuff, man.
That's when I bring you like 4 extra bottles.
I was telling you a little earlier about my Sue. Hold on.
Oh, it's that important?
Yeah, I gotta pee too.
Oh.
Chris.
All me and you.
Keep the show going.
And then it was Amir.
Exactly.
And I, the man you cannot see.
Hello.
So I know your dad and you guys have been running that shop, the Smog Shop, for a long, long time. What time did when he first opened the business down there?
Dad opened it when it was either 2 months before I was born or 2 months after I was born. The story's not too clear, but it was around that time. So Dad's had it for about 24 years. I've now been there for myself. God, it's a fucking pleasure, honestly. I get to deal with people. I'm my own boss.
That place is amazing. I've been taking my vehicles there since I can remember. When I was 16, my dad, he made me rebuild this old Ford F-150. It was a 1986, had the single barrel carburetor, man. And I'd come down there, your dad would test it, like, it's a fucking carburetor. It failed. It fucking failed. And this is right after I installed a brand new fucking carburetor. So finally I forked money out of my fucking wallet, and I went ahead and bought myself a Holly. So
did you go 2-barrel or 4-barrel?
Well, it was still single barrel.
Single barrel. You didn't want to convert it.
Well, I couldn't convert it because California's bullshit laws.
There was rules. Yeah, it's not as bad as now. Now it's fucked. Now it's miserable.
Yeah, it's horrible. So even on my new truck, I just installed the cold air intake exhaust, and I had to get the tag to put in the hood to make sure that it's California approved.
And that's all it is. That number right there increases its value by God knows how much. I mean, intakes. If you want my advice on how to get a good intake for like the cheapest dollar, go on eBay. Go to K&N, like try and find an old K&N.
That's what it is. She's a K&N.
So now the trick to that, if you get the K&N off of eBay, you can on their website. There's like a little form. You fill it out. And they'll basically send you a sticker because they're really good people.
Yeah.
So the easiest way to get an intake for the low was doing it that way. Because anything else, I mean, shit, you're forking up $400 to $500 just to get that sticker.
So and I'm not too much older than you, man. I'm 39. I know you're 24, but I've been going to that shop since I was 16 years old, man. Right there on Highland and Palm.
I'm pretty sure it's one of the oldest buildings in Highland now.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, aside from the Bell, which is a very wonderful place to stop in and get the ice coldest brew you can get in town. Remember, that is the Bell right off Pacific and Palm in Highland, California. But that wasn't a plug. They're not paying me. I'm just saying. But no, it's just really awesome that you guys have managed to keep that Smog Shop open for so long, man.
Little business. You work by yourself. You do your days, and you just keep going. I mean, you feel this accomplishment helping the people. That's the biggest part. That's my favorite joy. Is I'm more of the people person. My dad's kind of drawn back. He's doing his own things. He's got things going on for him in his life, and it's like, growing up, you never saw that side of dad just because he was always busy. So whenever we go to something or do this or do that, he was too not like not as if I didn't have my dad around, but it was like he would always be dealing with the shop instead of, coming out to things, or he'd always be late to this and that. And you kind of get used to it because at this point, the first year of me working there, I worked every day for a year. And that was my birthday, Christmas, New Year's, everything. You work your ass off. But the moral of everything is you realize the value in the customer. You realize how much it really does make a
Well,
difference.
I'd imagine it'd be kind of difficult for him too, considering like from when I was 16, all the equipment, all the computers, everything you guys used back then to test the vehicles has advanced so
Oh,
much
yeah.
further. And even the vehicles themselves, now you got to plug in a sensor here and you test about the only thing that stays the same is testing a gas cap, except for on these vehicles that don't even have gas caps. So it's
exactly.
but then you still have to test it to see if that's leaking. So it's to me it's just I think it would be difficult to
There's a lot to remember.
Right.
So with our shop being, Star certified, I can do any car. So I'm allowed to do any vehicles. There are some exceptions to that rule, but 76 and newer. Today I saw a Maserati. One of the first
Nice.
Maserati I've done.
Nice.
Technically not the first one. I've done a Ghibli, but this was the first Gran Turismo, and this was the shit. So I've done, Porsches, Rolls Royce, all these things. But I mean, you got to take it with the bad, because I've also done like really crummy Hondas. I have one story about a van that, God, it fucking reeked. I mean, I'll never forget the smell of that fucking thing. This thing smelled like more than 5 dogs had died, shit, and pissed all over it. Cats were fucking running around. There's probably rats in it. Cockroaches running around. It was so bad I had to do the smog sticking my head out the window.
Oh man.
And but you know what? You understand, like, there's some people biased about cars. Some people are Chevy fans and Ford and this and that. When you do this, you understand this like concept of cars are the shit. It's a privilege. People don't always get them. So you get to see all walks, all different, from the most fucked up and shit running car passing to a brand new car. One of those Maseratis that I did, it failed.
Yeah.
It's a 2014, but I've had, what was it today?
Gleason?
I had like a 91 today. It passed.
Okay.
Wow,
Thank
man.
you.
Still running. They just go on and go on.
Well, that
This
goes
is my
with they don't make
21st
things like
one,
they
by
used
the
to.
way.
No.
They don't, and everything's made to break down now. And
sorry,
90%
guys.
of everything is controlled through vacuum lines. Like, I mean, like for
Well,
instance,
now it's all
my
sensors.
truck. Okay,
Now it's
so
all
my
sensors.
my truck, my 2011. I heard this. It sounded like I was dragging a can of nails behind me, and I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. It turned out there was just this little tiny check valve that controlled the hydraulics of the front end
Boy, that's
four-wheel drive, dude, and it was just a tiny fucking $7 piece.
Yep.
You know,
Go to the fucking dealer. They want to charge you $700.
Oh yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But respectively, you guys have always been an honest shop, and I'm honored to even have you here on our show.
Oh, you know his shop.
Oh yeah, I've been going there since I was 16 years old. Doug,
Local legend.
Yeah, local.
One
legend.
day, local legend.
Did you guys ever get that Firebird out of there?
That's actually a 71 Camaro.
Oh,
So that's Dad's first car.
nice.
The only problem I have with it is, Dad wants it original. So the biggest thing is trying to get all those parts, trying to get things going. I've had the motor working at one point. Shit, when I got that thing fired up, I was doing burnouts down the fucking street. I did not give a flying shit. I couldn't stop me. So the problem that I ended up having is one day I was pulling in and I didn't know Dad had it, it's pretty hooked up. So the rear end's on air shock. Dad had lifted it up because he wanted to see how it looked when it was going down the road again. And when I was pulling into the shop, there's a piece of concrete that's sticking up, and I ended up denting the tranny pan.
Oh,
So that sucks because no one wants to fucking sell you a tranny turbo 400 tranny pan by itself. They want to sell you the whole transmission.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Dad ended up getting a universal. We put it on. It shifts kind of funny now because it's taking extra fluid and it's getting cold. Carburetor went bad. The paint job, Dad doesn't fucking like it because my cousin turned it pink, but it's funnier than shit when you fuck someone up in a pink car. Then the biggest problem I'm having now is tires. So Dad doesn't want to change. I guess what was it, 14? It was like an offset, 14 and 15 on the rear. So trying to find.
Looked at me.
You probably know. You probably know about it. That was the style.
I
I
mean,
know
you
how
are
to get
older
to-
than the car,
I know
Doug.
how to get to the bill and get a beer.
So
When you look at me.
So one of the biggest problems I've been having recently is just those tires. But other than that, I mean, we planned on moving it recently. I've been looking into paint, but trying to paint a car black nowadays, it's so expensive, and it's like you just keep going on. But my favorite part about it is every day when I work, I'm next to my dream car.
Right, right.
Huh. I'm losing my connection to my headphones.
I'm doing it. I'm the reason I keep unplugging it for you.
Subliminally, Amir has shut off your
There you go.
headphones.
So, Amir,
Yes, sir.
I was hanging out at the bar one day, and your lady works at the bar. I know neither one of you drink because I bought you 2 Dr. Peppers. And we're not used to that around here, but God bless your soul. One day I had you at the bar because you were coming to pick up your lady or just be with her or whatever. And your dad fired you.
Oh yeah.
Seems like you guys have a little bit of a spicy relationship.
Well, I mean, think of it this way. He's from an older class. He comes from a different generation. Respect's a big thing. And I personally don't know how to shut the fuck up. So when it came down to, having relations with my dad, it was always, be quiet, listen, do all this stuff. And when you're younger, you want to tell them how to do their thing. But he's already been around the block so many fucking times I can't wrap my head around it. The issue I have with my dad, though, is now that he's been out of smog and he's not doing as much shit around there, everything's changed. Like you were saying, the new machines and all this stuff. So I'm trying to tell my dad how to do something. He'll just turn around, fucking ignore me.
Yeah, because you're full of shit.
Exactly. So one day I kind of fucking got tired of that. He ended up telling me to fucking punch him, and I can't remember the rest of the fucking story, but he ignored me, and at that point I fucking destroyed the machine in front of me. So that really sucked, because at that point I realized, you know what, that wasn't worth it. I just fucked up really bad. Now I got to pay a lot of money for a fucking machine that was working fine.
Yeah, because new technology is very expensive.
They're definitely not making it any fucking easier. That's for sure. So with that, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish up.
With that all being said, he ended up firing me. We were going through some shit. We were going through I had my mom visiting me for the first time in 5 years. So it kind of worked out because I had downtime to spend with my mom. I ended up getting another job working at a warehouse. That was cool for a little while. And then Dad agreed to, take me back, increase my pay. I think he got to the point where he realized, you know what, I need him. I need this fucker. That's the biggest way to say it, is I need this fucker. And there were people asking about me, where is he, and this and that. And it's kind of funny because he would tell certain people, oh, he's on vacation. And he'd tell other people, I can't fucking stand that dickhead. And it's like, Dad, pick a fucking story. So
I love it.
So it worked out in the end. I'm back at the shop. I'm doing my thing, and I hope to take care of it for my family. But since then, me and Dad have gotten a lot better. We've definitely, worked out, resolved things. As he gets older, he's starting to be more understanding towards me. So it's like it works out. He sees that I'm growing up. He sees that I'm having, my own troubles, basically. So he's trying to help me out while still doing his own thing.
Helping
instead of
you grow up.
Exactly. So
because I know, Amir, that me and you met, and I kind of told you to fuck off, man. And I was thinking we were going to go to fist to cup, but I didn't want to, because you'd kick my ass, But I was pretty much done with your ass. And then I found out that you were Michaela's old man.
And then you realize you can't get fucking rid
Yeah,
of it.
it's like, oh,
and you realize I don't
Jesus.
go away that fucking easy.
Jesus.
Let me pump the brakes. I'd like to say you're a very amazing person, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna be stuck with this son of a bitch.
Let me start apologizing. Hold on, can you smog my car?
Let me start
All
over.
right,
Let me
so
start over.
Okay, so at one point, my registration did wear out. And I was like, hey, where do I go to, you know? And it's like, well, you got to go to Amir. You know, he's a local legend. I mean, I don't know his father, so he's the new legend. But when I got there, he was nice as pudding, and he had like 2 or 3 friends sitting there
Always
shooting the shit with him and stuff. And I don't know, it seemed fucking pretty cool. But
it's definitely humbling, that's for sure.
Amir and myself, we kissed and made up.
The coolest thing I seen at the shop is one of his buddies came over, Amir's buddies, and they got stuck behind the shop. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Dylan getting stuck with his Tundra, yes. Oh my God, what did I pull him out with? I forget what it was. I used the car though. It was the funniest shit ever because he's got this Tundra. It's lifted in the front, and he pulled too far into the little fucking ditch behind my shop, and the grass was overgrown. It was just funnier than shit. So everybody's taking off, everybody's leaving, and you hear Dylan start his truck, and then all you hear is you just hear his tires spin, and I turn around. Said that wasn't fucking Dylan, was he? He's got mud tires and all this shit. And I start
up to the nines.
Yeah,
man,
dude. I start calling my buddy. I start calling my other buddy. I'm like, hey, before you leave, let me fucking try and do something. You know, we gotta pull him out. And we ended up putting rope, snapped the rope, found a chain, used the chain, pulled his truck straight out, and he's sitting there going, fuck, dude, I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do. Either I was gonna go backwards and try my ass off, or I was going right through that fucking fence and going through that motorhome right there.
Because you kept going into drive and reverse.
Hey,
no, it just spun. If he went forward, he was going further down that ditch. If he kept going in reverse, he was just digging a fucking hole and going down.
Yeah, the problem was the way the truck was squatted. That's primarily what it was.
That's bullshit.
All that weight in the front.
So, but anyhow, you and your dad kissed and made up.
Thank God. At the end of the day, I do realize, life is short. It really is. We've had a good amount of loss this year, which kind of fucking sucks. A lot of good family members are gone now. And it just hits you because, dad's not old, but at the same time, it's like you could see it starting to set in.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean,
everybody's okay, but like for instance, Amir, my father just passed away.
My condolences.
We weren't very close. Me and my dad got in a fight when I was 14. And we kind of never reconvened on it.
And I think that's the story. My dad had the same shit with one of my older brothers.
But
same thing.
Nonetheless,
they're done. They just said nope.
I don't know. I was a little closer to my mother, but my mother loved my dad so much that she kind of wrote me off too.
But I mean, did you ever feel like, hey, I should apologize to my old man? I should try and, be
I
there for
never
him?
felt like I did anything wrong. I felt like I came out of my mom's vagina and my dad fucking hated me. And that's what it felt like to me. And it's been, but nonetheless, my mother passed away. I had a nice cry about that. My dad passed away. And it's been about 3 months. And about 2 days ago, I actually cried about it. Because I finally thought of something nice that had happened. But it took me that long to do it. But then I started to think about my 3 children.
You have 3 kids?
Yeah.
Are any of them as
fucked
up as you?
People have let me fuck them.
Fucking Doug.
Yeah.
Doug made the dime.
Well, I know it sounds fucking absurd.
They're useless because they don't drink or smoke.
Yeah, they don't smoke, they don't drink, they don't do drugs. They're useless.
What boys, girls?
I have my oldest son, my medium son, my youngest daughter. So anyhow, it's made me reflect that I need to be a better dad.
And you're
You
doing
know?
that right here, sitting here having a podcast with other people. You gotta get your
but-
kids on here.
See, the thing is that I'm not. See, they don't smoke. They don't
need to.
drink.
They don't need to.
They don't. Okay, but you got to understand in their minds, I'm not their cup of tea.
Yeah, you're the Antichrist, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Still gave birth to them.
Yeah, I called them all up and said,
Do
hey,
they live in California or they live away from here?
Arizona, all three of them. Again, fucking losers.
At least they're in a Republican state.
True.
Yeah, that's true. If you go vote, you don't have to be on the ride home
Shit.
saying you've already lost, you know.
Although somehow last year Arizona was a blue state.
Ooh.
That's.
Now
They're
we're
still
getting,
counting. They're still counting. They're still fucking counting.
Yeah. So, but anyhow, it makes you kind of humble, you know. It's like I'm gonna step out and I'm gonna
Evaluate yourself.
negotiate. I'm gonna always drink and smoke and do some drugs.
Only a little bit. It's okay.
Well, I didn't ever say a little bit. Why are you putting words in my mouth?
That's true. But all to each their own. You know.
No, I don't even do drugs. I haven't done drugs for years and years. So anyhow, how many minutes we got on here?
You're now reaching the 10-minute warning.
Okay, so we got 10 minutes, Amir.
Well, you walked out for 5, so I get another 15.
No, it was actually like 7. It was actually like 17 minutes. We kind of winged it over here. I think
Yeah.
we did a pretty good job.
I do.
There you go, man. That's how he's going to take over my job.
Is that
You
what
know?
you're hoping for?
Well, no, I mean, if I fall over dead tomorrow,
You want it to keep going.
fuck yeah. What's your deal?
Got to keep it going, man.
Yeah.
Got to keep it
It's
going.
always go. This is his studio as well as mine.
There you go.
And I really would like to tell you as well is that thank you for coming.
Glad to be.
Yeah,
And I
we
want to
appreciate
just
you showing up.
I want to just keep dragging fucking people's asses in here and making them shoot the shit with me for an hour. It could be good, could be bad. Fucking move the fuck along.
All right, so Amir, how about you tell us an experience? What
Shut up,
about
Chris.
your best friend? You
My
have a
best friend. I do
Hey,
have a
best
best
friend?
friend.
You have
so-
a best friend now?
Yes, I do. I had multiple at one point, but some of them fall off. But I got 2 very important ones. One's a female, one's a male.
All right.
So clearly the female is obviously my future wife. Michaela's my greatest fucking asset in the world.
Jesus
I mean, you
Christ.
can call it a sob story, but she changed me. She made me better.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
now I fucking hate you.
But then I got Chris.
My
Chris.
best friend, my lady.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fuck that.
Just upset. He's like, I don't get pussy anymore. I just,
Your best
so mad. I'm so mad. Oh,
Your best friend never yells at you for coming home an hour and a half late. No. I know.
I don't know if you're going to my
That's why
house.
you can't-
Shit, I get pissed.
You can't possibly have your best friend yell at you. No.
I mean, you know, over
I've
the
got
years.
a best friend.
But I'm saying, like, over the years. So my male best friend Chris, he's probably the closest person to me. Surprisingly, we've never had an argument. We bickered, you know, we've had some shit, but like all my previous friends, fuck yeah, we got into fights all the fucking time. Something we didn't agree upon. They always didn't like something I was doing, or, you know, I didn't like some shit they were fucking pulling. It was always something, but you get used to it with that person. That's like the best way to say it. But like with Chris, you know, we connected over like years of just shit. We both went to fucking middle school and high school together, and we ended up becoming best friends out of high school. So it's this weird, like, I don't know. We knew of each other. We were cool, never had a problem, but it was just never like, oh, we're close. Now I'm fucking friends with his dad, his sister, his brother, Just his family, his grandparents invite me over. You know, it's always cool. So it's like you get to have this almost like a second family. That's what it feels like. When I got kicked out of my house, I stayed with them, and it was always just, you know, real nice to have that warm feeling. His dad's giving me some of the best. Dude, it was fucking awesome. I couldn't have asked for anything better. You know, his dad's given me the most solid advice I've ever fucking heard. He's always been there whenever I was down on my luck. If he fucking needed anything, shit, honestly, no offense to you, if he called me right now saying I need some fucking help, I gotta go.
Sure.
And that's, you know, that's life. So it's like we've had off-road trips, we've gone shooting and all these other fucking things. We've had, you know, just fun adventures. I mean, I remember one time we were going to fucking LA, 30 minutes. I don't know what it was. He was like, fuck it, we gotta get there. We got pulled over fucking multiple times. We've always gotten out of a ticket together. I don't know how it works, but it's just the funniest shit ever. So I wouldn't say, you know, he's really flamboyant when he's like,
he's the best goddamn bar bitch in the building.
So he's
gotta be a bitch though.
he's
Why's he gotta be a bitch?
That's gonna be the next thing.
That's him.
What's your deal? You're a bitch. Like just come out all. So
I'm offended.
Guy keeping me all fucking drunk.
I'm offended.
So
I'm listening.
Equal opportunity.
no, you're drinking. You're listening or you're drinking?
I'm doing both.
I can hear you drinking from here.
I am.
Drink closer to the mic. ASMR this. Little. That's far as shit. Come on, Dougie. There you go.
No, he was talking about this, Dougie.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta get some of that. You gotta get some rubble into it.
I'm too old for that shit. I want to listen to your young punk friendships.
So one time we were at the beach. I think we went to Santa Ana, and he had this Infiniti. It was his dad's car. He took it to prom. It was pretty hooked up. It was pretty nice. Well, I had been talking to him about, like, you know, the shit that's going on in our lives and what's going on. You know, hey, let's go fucking make a trip out of it. All right, cool. So everything's done. We had an awesome day, and we're leaving the parking structure, and we're getting ready to make a left turn. Well, you know, lights don't have turn signals sometimes, so the light turns green, and for some fucking reason, this chick started walking across the street. Didn't press the button, didn't nothing. So he starts fucking flooring it. Skirts, gets loud as shit. Lady freaks out, thinks she almost got hit. Jumps back. He fucking floors it, starts going down. Next thing you know, whoop, whoop, fucking cops. So we get pulled over. And at this point, he's looking at me and he goes, I don't have the registration to the car and the plates on this car from my truck. And I looked at him and I go, oh, fuck. This could be bad. They might impound this fucking car. Now we got to figure out how to get back to fucking Highland. So the cop walks up, starts knocking on the window, and he rolls down that window, and I can just feel the energy. He's fucking worried. He knows he's fucked. And he starts, you know, license registration, please. Do you know why I pulled you over? He's asked me to open the glove box and this and that.
High-speed chase.
That's
yes.
That's basically, they think that we were running because they heard the fucking car going off. So he's asked me to try and find stuff, and this other cop comes and knocks on the window. I go, fuck. Okay, why does he want to talk to me? So I lower the window, and the cop looks at me and goes, you in the military? I go, no, sir, but I plan to be. And he goes, when are you going out? Now, Chris has devised this plan, and this plan went so fucking flawless, it's amazing. He looks at me and goes, well, he's out here. He leaves tomorrow. He's going on deployment for the first fucking time. And I look at him, and I look back, I go, yes, sir, I'm actually being deployed tomorrow from this, you know, from wherever the fuck my recruiters told me this is the last day. And I didn't realize on the hat I was wearing, I had a Marine sticker I stuck on it like years before, and it was still on there. And that's what he fucking noticed. So he started asking me about the military and what I'm going to do. I told him I'm going to go in and, you know, eventually maybe 4 or fucking 6 years. I don't remember what I told him, but I said, I'm going in. Today's my last day. And he leans up to the other cop, nudges like this, and the fuckers just walked away. And they got into the truck, and I look at Chris, I go, holy fuck. That actually.
Slow the fuck down.
No. It's just the car. It's the car.
For the rest of my fucking goddamn life.
So I sat there and I looked at him. He started fumbling everything back in. They're still behind us. We're waiting for them to drive off, and they wouldn't fucking leave. So I said, just drop it into gear and, you know, start fucking rolling, and you'll be fine. we ended up driving home. We thought, the entire time they're looking for us. They never ran the plate. They would have realized it's the wrong fucking car. They never asked for the registration. It wasn't in the car, but it did have insurance.
won.
Yeah, we had fucking won. We beat the cops. And the next time we got pulled over was by his grandparents. And this shit was weird because this is when he had his truck. We had pulled in because we had a bunch of buddies coming over for a fire pit. Now, over here in Highland next to Emmanuel Baptist, there's this little dirtish area with like some fallen trees. It's me, him, his dad, and his brother. And we jump the curb and we start grabbing, kindling. We're fucking throwing shit into the bed of the truck. We're breaking down these trees. They're already fallen. No one fucking cares. And a cop goes by. And we're like, all right, still doing our thing. Now another cop shows up and they both fucking light us up and they jump over the curb and we're sitting there going, what the fuck did we do? We have no idea. We're just grabbing wood. His dad's still in the truck and so is his brother. And I guess there had been some break-ins or robberies in the area. And there was a truck description just like his and 4 males. So for some reason, we just happened to fit the bill. These cops start coming out. They're asking us to, keep your hands up. They don't know who we are or what we're doing. We're telling them we're just grabbing some wood. More cops start showing up and we're like, fuck, dude, we're in some real trouble just for, we want twigs. We want fucking twigs off the street.
Well, I know what kindling is.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. We're just grabbing some little shit. So they start pulling us one out of the car one by one.
I know I look like I don't know what kindling is.
Kindling.
What's kindling? Kindling's like little twigs that you stack up to start the fucking goddamn fire around your beautiful logs.
That's what you use to start the fire, man.
So they start pulling us out of this truck one at a time. And his dad's now fucking pissed. His dad wants to go home, so he starts calling the cop all kinds of fucking names.
Oh, my.
And sure enough, they fucking throw him in handcuffs, put him in the back of a squad car.
That's always a good thought.
So while this is happening, we're being patted down, and they're taking pictures of our shoes and all this stuff. So they pat me down first, and I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And they go to Chris, and Chris kind of nudges his ass out a little bit just to fuck with the cop. And his brother, I guess, I don't know what happened, but his brother ended up getting groped, like right across the dick. And it was the funniest shit ever because his face was morbid. So Chris is like, oh, yeah, me next.
I like when that happens.
Chris
Where's the cops?
So next
Can
thing
you
you
pat
know,
me down again?
next thing you know, they
One
start
more
taking
for the
pictures.
gift.
Yeah, exactly. So they start taking pictures of us one at a time, pictures of our shoes. And Chris is over here fucking doing Superman poses and shit like that. And I'm just like, God damn it, we're going to get in fucking trouble.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, there's a difference between 24 and 58. Because I'd let a cop cut my cock right now. And you reminded me of
Not these old fuckers. They were
we're going
creepy.
to finish this up with one of my stories.
Oh, fuck.
It's gonna go down now.
When I was like 21 years old, my sister was 20. And she had a fake ID, and she was hotter than shit, man. When my sister was 20 years old, she was banging fucking hot. So there wasn't any fucking...
Banging hot. Super hot.
There wasn't any bar that wasn't letting her in. And
They were throwing you out.
And she had... No. And she had a fake ID, right? So we would, every other weekend, we would exchange designated driver. One weekend, I was designated driver. The following weekend, she was designated driver.
So this went from her being hot to now you're a designated driver. Okay,
Well,
I'm trying to keep up. I'm just trying to.
All right, I'm just saying. Number one, she was my sister. I wasn't banging her.
You're the one talking about it.
I just know what attractive is.
Okay.
I got Chris here. He's not fucking attractive.
No.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Well,
you can be attractive.
I'm not beholding fucking Chris.
Beauty is in the eye of the beer
And
holder.
I have a,
Yep, that too.
and I have a mirror.
I'm not hot yet. Drink another 6-pack.
All right, hey, we can't go on forever, man. So anyhow, I'm at this nightclub with my sister, and she's designated driver this night. And I have these two young ladies come up to me and they go, "We want to fuck the shit out of you tonight."
For you?
Yeah, yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
And like,
This is back when Dougie was actually pretty, decent.
you know, I've lived a life. So, I'm like, "Oh shit, man. I don't even have a car here." And I go, "I'm here with my sister." So these two young ladies go up to my sister. They go up to my sister and they say, "Hey, man, we want to take your brother to our house."
Who's the brother? Not you, right?
I'm the brother.
He got the
But
ugly gene. The sister
we
got
want
the
to
banging
take
gene,
your brother to our house and fuck the shit out of him. And we'll give you whatever's in the fridge. You can eat, drink, do whatever you want. And I'm like begging to my sister, "Please, please."
Just like that. Please.
Yeah, I was a little begging.
I need pussy.
So anyhow, my sister finally agrees to it. So we get in the car and we're following these two chicks, right? And we get around the corner and my sister gets pulled over.
Fuck.
And the chicks just keep going. And so there goes.
Dougie watched the pussy run
There
away.
goes.
Dougie saw, fuck, I'm not getting laid.
Yeah, nobody's getting laid tonight.
I had 2 and I now have 0.
So I know my sister is sober because she's designated. And anyhow, they get her out. What it is the cops would just sit at this
Bar.
bar.
Smart thing to fucking do.
Yes, and just pull random people over.
Oh yeah.
So I'm laughing. And at one point I lit up a cigarette. And then the cigarette landed and I just flicked it out the window. Now they give me a ticket.
Fuck.
For littering. For littering. Yeah, that's how it was fucking awesome. So anyhow, we each get a ticket. Dougie doesn't get laid tonight.
Moral of the story.
Right. So about a month later, we have the choice to either go to court and fight it or pay it. So I went to court and my younger sister said, I'm just gonna pay it, they said she swerved over a yellow line. It wasn't true. She just didn't want to fuck with it. So, but anyhow, I was in this courthouse and I went guilty with an excuse. And this came up. I had not had this in my mind 13 seconds before I said it. I said, guilty with an excuse. I go, we were driving down the street and my sister was designated driver. And I go, and she was smoking a cigarette. And she started to swerve a little bit. And I said, here, fuck that, I'll get it. And I put my fingers down between it, and my fingers were right on the cherry. And I went, ah! And the judge said, well, it seems like you've been through enough pain. Now everybody in the court knew I was bullshitting, I mean, there's no way that they didn't know I was bullshitting. But my sister ended up having to pay her fine. And you know who did it?
You.
This guy. So anyhow, Amir, you let me finish up my story. I'm sorry I took up most of your time. I want you to look at the camera right there.
That one. Okay.
I want you to say, my name is Amir,
My name's Amir,
and that was my deal.
and that's my deal.
Thank you. God bless you for being here.
Thank you, Dougie. Thank you, Chris.
I think you're an amazing man.
Appreciate you
No
guys.
problem. My pleasure.